Hey there, this is the What's Up side project. My Singer 239 is jammed. What's up with that? This is video number 258. Guess what? I was supposed to plug and sew, but this machine has a story. Gonna change horses for a minute. Please help Jebb Adams' channel by subscribing, liking, and hitting the notifications bell. Thank you, all of you, for spending your time watching and listening here. Thank you. By the end of the video, we have this naked machine. But before that, the next video I'm going to do on this naked machine will be to do the hook, the presser bar, and what else? And that's about it. That's what the next one is going to be about, doing the hook, the presser bar, the needle bar, and all that kind of groovy stuff. There's a couple of things I want to point out. First of all, and I mentioned it last video too, the light, this machine never came with a light. The light was removed before I ever got this machine. And there's a number of things, and by the end of this movie, this video, we're going to have this stripped machine. Because this is where I need it to be, so I can do the hook and all the front end stuff, and any finishing up, you know, the motor's off, the motor, I'm not going to take apart the motor initially because it seemed to be working as intended. So there's still a lot of fun and learning in this apprenticeship, you know, breaking into this, what was supposed to be a plug and play, and now it's a restoration. And that's what I apprentice at. I apprentice at restoration. So anyway, there's a number of things that we're going to do to get it to look like that. And the light is already gone. The top cover screws, they're safe. I put them all back in. There's 3 of them. 1 here and 2 back there. So we don't have to worry about that. The case came with a duplex receptacle. Like a wall receptacle, but it was in the portable case. So we talk about that. We get the machine out of the case. And we also remove the needle clamp, screw, jib, and thread guide. And somewhere along the way, I break the little thread guide at the bottom of the needle bar. So that's really exciting. So watch all the way through so you can get all the details. What else? I show how to organize with plastic bags, you know, and that's what I use for my organization system is plastic bags. And I do remove the motor, as mentioned. Number 10 on the list is I take the bobbin winder off. That's a quick little job. And then it's just, you know, I end up wire brushing the horizontal arm shaft and doing that kind of basic, you know, the slow grinding, you know, scraping work, wire brushing and crud cutting and all that good stuff. And so, you know, and then at the end of the movie, you know, for a video, I tell you that, you know, I'm going to do another one. While this is going on, I'm also going to get back to the Singer 201-2 and pick up with a little bit with it because it was left standing, kind of left waiting. The 411G, it is toast for now. Well, it's toast. It's a parts machine now. And I do have another 411G down in the locker, storage locker down in the bowels of the building. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I hope you guys, this is, you know, like good for you somehow. And whether it's, you know, the happiness or the fun or the learning, watching me as I meet and greet my little challenges, breaking the stuff and all that. So I guess in a word, thanks, enjoy, stay safe, have fun. I was checking out the wonderful 239 here. But what I do want to show you while I got the camera rolling is that there's a couple of things. First thing is the light was removed, and there's a hole for the screw, and then there's an indentation for the little bracket. So that's the first thing. The other thing I'd like to draw your attention to again is this duplex receptacle wired in here. Now, this receptacle, this plug here, comes from the motor. And this plug here, this cord here, comes from the wall receptacle. And this is a duplex receptacle. I can plug two things in there. So I plug that in there. This actually goes to, this one here, goes to the pedal. And this one here, going right into the duplex receptacle, goes to the wall. So here's the deal. If I plug this in to that, but if I plug it into there, then the machine sews non-stop. Yeah. So that's the deal there. Okay, first off, you're gonna get these screws. I put them in the must for rust, and they came out pretty good. I'm gonna get them in right after I give the screw holes some oil. Oh, there's two down here, right? One here, one there, and that one there. So I'm just going to set those screws in there. Take that one on home and it'll oil up that thread. That's as far as that one can go. And same difference here, same thing here. Take them down. So all that good stuff went down in there. Singer 239 straight stitch machine. And that is that I'm going to get vacuuming actually. But what I'm doing here is this horizontal arm shaft, and I'm just going to knock the dust off with that before I go in here and clean. But there's a couple of other things I want to mention to you about this. Right here, that motor is a replacement. It was not the original Singer motor, so that is a change. The other thing that we have in here is a duplex receptacle. It's like the receptacle in your wall, except it's in here. This wire comes out and it leads to the foot pedal. Good, we'll drop the foot pedal down like that. The other wire, it leads all the way up here to the wall receptacle. That's going to go in the wall receptacle. And this plug here that goes from this motor goes to this plug here. And here's the deal. If you plug it into this receptacle here, the first one closest to here, the motor will run non-stop because then it's wired directly into the wall socket with no pedal. It has to be wired, it has to be plugged in there, and this receptacle is controlled by that. And that will allow me to control the needle bar. So that's, and the issue that I had first time turning it on, I'm not exactly sure what it was, because I'm pretty sure that I had it plugged in that way, but the first time or two I tried on the pedal, there seemed to be an inconsistency and aberration. It jammed. And I made a video about that, you know. But on closer inspection, the replacement motor is, and this replacement motor is a 0.7 amp motor. So I got the upstairs vacuumed out, and I'm gonna go in there with soap and water, and anytime I'm using soap and water, I'm using a hairdryer too. Inside, underneath, there are cobwebs. I know, too much, huh? So I don't know if you can see that, but there's cobwebs there. That's kind of funny. You know, I mean, the 2012 that I just got, I took one of the bottom gear case covers off, and there was a pin in there. So here we are a little closer, and we can see the underneath. There's the hook end. You know, I've got a clear alley, a clear shot all the way through there. So to get it out of the case, all I got to do is undo these two screws. The first one being here. That's a set screw, it's loose.
And the second one being over here in the cobwebs. You can see the cobweb on the shaft of my screwdriver here, look closely, in the light. And now that one is, that opens everything up, and I can go up top, get the soap and water going, let everything run down onto here. It'll be standing upright. What I have here is I've got the 237, and I took it out of the portable container, the portable case that it came in. So that's on the floor. Also the arm cover, it's off the top, so the top is open. And now that it's out of the case, what I did is I've got a black boot tray underneath the sewing machine. First things first, I'm going to take off the faceplate door, the front door, and there's a screw there. That was easy enough. So for now I'm just going to send that screw back in there. I got a little bit of oil on my fingers from that process. And what I want to do next is I want to get our upper tension device removed. So I was looking for my other little screwdriver right here. And there's a screw. So that one right there. And what I want to do is I want to take the whole, I got to undo that screw there. So that's going to be inspected and tidied up. But I took it out of there because I'd like to clean this part of the machine with the soap and water and the hair dryer and all that. And I don't want this to particularly get all covered in water and everything else. So but I am going to put this little screw back there. I like to store them where they belong. We definitely want to, there we go, that's out. That's loose. Sweet. We'll go down here, pull the lever forward, bring out the bobbin and the bobbin case. There's the hook there, right there. So now let me see if I can get the rest of this off without losing anything. In the meantime, let's see what the dog situation might be as far as getting a screw to turn there. That's a toughie. I wonder if the bit is too, well. I do better work than I give myself credit for, my friends. Enough backpacking, Jebb. Get to work. But anyway, it's in there. But the thread guide broke off the bottom of the needle bar. Some of the presser bar. So all those things are in these bags. This is 239 needle tension bobbin case. So the bobbin and bobbin case is in there with needle tension. And then here is the 239, the dog, the screws and the foot. And this is the 239 throat plate, screws and slide plate, and this is the 239 needle, jib, etc., and the broken little thread guide that went to the bottom of the needle bar. So I have a larger, like, freezer bag labeled 239, surprisingly enough, and I put all those things in there, and that's how I try to stay on top of the organization, because it's really easy to misplace things. Yeah, so that's the first, that's that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some water and soap and start doing a bit of washing. I'm going to avoid the hook area. That will get some oil or even cred cutter. And so I'm going to ignore the presser bar and needle bar for the while. Just get some cred cutter on that, let it soak in or whatever. And while that's going on, I'm going to bring in a container of water, soap and water, and get in here and start washing. The first thing I'm going to wash is the faceplate cover. It's really easy to do because there's no metal parts on it anyway. And that's all it really requires. I'm going to get these two metal guides off, and there's a cut open there to fit a screwdriver through. That was easy to, but you know, I need the experience anyway. I don't do this a lot or as often as I would like to, and I'm starting to now. So I just want to get in the good habit of doing it. Whoops, something dropped. Yeah, there's that one there. So they're kind of both with a screw and a square nut. And now it's metal free, so I can wash it. So that one's washed now. I want to check this one again. I'm going to rewash that one where the dividers were and the raised extrusions were. Like, it's not really greasy, so it doesn't need crud cutter, and you know, and it is plastic, so it's not getting wire brush or anything like that. I'll tell you, I really am happy with the way they look. I am. And I'm not going to disturb them. What I have done here is I've marked this screw, and you can see that blue outline around that screw. That was me with the blue pen. I like this screwdriver. It has a fair bit of torque. That was really quite easy for that to do that. There we are. There, so now the motor and the belt. And what do we got here for a motor? A sewing motor. Input 2 poles, input 80 watts, cycles 50 to 60 cycles, 50 to 60 volts, 115 to 125 amps, 0.75, and then a number, but it doesn't say. It does have a number on it, YDK YM-40LR 21940. That will go there. There is that washer. There, it's dirty. Try to remember to be a good videographer. A good Jebb Adams, a good restorer apprentice. Okay, let me get a little more water on that big stain where the motor was. Looks like there was some grease building up there over the. There, it's coming loose a little with the water, the warm water. That's nice. It does say down there at the bottom, the Singer Company, made in Canada. Cool. I'm liking it already, man. And you know, there's no spring on the presser bar. Has everything this machine has, and then more, because the swing needle, it sees everything. Cool. So we're getting there. We are getting there. And what I want to do now is I want to try and wash down in there. There's a nice view there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently start brushing with the wire brush. There's you know, kind of a lot of grunge, and you know, especially like right in there. And just go right on down the horizontal arm. Give it a bit of a And I do want to get some oil, which I happen to have right here. And there. And there. And I'm just taking it as, you know, as it's a little bit of a rough job. I'm trying not to bend the bottle cleaner and take it all the way down, you know, get it all the way down there. You gotta be careful because look at these white things are coming off, so this is not a good tool to use for that. Now I'm gonna get in here with the toothbrush, open water on there, and it's mostly water because I mean the soap is dishwashing liquid and it's diluted. You know what I mean? Soap and water does pretty good, and dishwashing soap liquid is really a good cleaner. And I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty much harmless for humans. I mean, we wash our stuff in it and then we eat, you know, we eat off of it, you know, so. And I'm going to give this a little more of a soaking down below here, staying away from the hook. Just staying at the kind of underside of the bed, the frame. So I see little bits of dirt coming off the cloth or whatever. So that's a pretty good start there. And it's just going to continue being that, what I just did. I gave it a good blast with the hair dryer for about 5 minutes. Okay, so I'll continue giving it a quick clean on these rods down here, just to mop up anything. I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to continue doing some slow work tonight. Next time, I'm going to get into the hook end, the front door end, where we have the verticals, the presser bar and the needle bar. And then I also want to clean where the upper tension device goes. This is the end of this video, number video 258, I think I said it was. And yeah, 258. And if you made it all the way through, I really do commend you. I thank you. I'm glad that there was enough here for you to stay kind of in tune on page and all that. But I want to wish you well. I want you to have fun. I want you to stay safe, and you know, continue on with your stuff, your creativity, and come on back again. And adios, amigos, until we meet again.